My name is Cheri Honkala, and I'm the very first formerly homeless mother, that's a single mother, running for one of this country's highest offices, Vice President of the United States of America. And these are two reasons that I'm doing it. You know, this guy was missing his mama this week. And so, you know, don't tell anybody this, but I let him come to New York City and see his mama and skip school today. And the thing is you can do that when you have a mentally gifted child who gets straight A's in everything since the beginning of time. And this young man, when the press asks him, when's the very first time you were arrested, he always tells the truth and says, when I was in my mother's stomach. You know, maybe that's why he is the way he is today. You know, I was about 9 months pregnant, and we were trying to talk about poverty, hunger, and homelessness in this country, and I was in the back of a paddy wagon with my stomach going up and down as we were handcuffed to a church pew in Utah. But I've been, Titi Liz, I've been traveling around the country and you know, have been absolutely devastated at some of the things that I've seen. For 25 years, I've been traveling every single road, from native reservations to housing projects to homeless shelters. I've been helping folks set up tent cities, taking over abandoned properties, housing families. And I thought, well, perhaps I was going to get some respite from some of this on the campaign trail. But you know that woman from Harvard, Dr. Jill Stein, she ended up sharing the jail cell with me in Philly right after they announced me running for vice president. And, you know, I just came off of coming from Kentucky and West Virginia. I just came from looking at mountaintop removal, the killing of our mountains and our planet. I just came from hearing stories about how people are barely surviving on no more than $200 or $300 a month, from listening to families talk about people dying from cancer as a result of the pollutants in our water and in our air. And I just came from also seeing the amazing growth of beautiful young people across this entire country who are pissed off and ready to fight. You know, one of the things that struck me when I was in Kentucky pulling the austerity wagon, right, Carl? You were there too. You know, he had this great idea that we would do something simple in Kentucky during the debates, because we weren't allowed into the debates, and that's that we would get this austerity wagon and that I would help a doctor and a police officer and a mail carrier pull this huge wagon through the streets of Kentucky. Well, one of the things that we didn't think about is hills in Kentucky. So I had been worried because I've been on the campaign trail and haven't been able to get into the gym. But I think pulling the wagon of austerity through Kentucky really helped do something about that. But we have been doing all that we possibly can with all of you across this country to bring attention to this very important political race for president and vice president on the Green Party in this country. Because this is the political party that's going to build, and this is the political party that is going to change what the United States of America looks like. And it's a political party that represents my friends that are sitting in prison right now unfairly for little drug crimes because we refuse to legalize marijuana. It is a political party that represents every single color in the rainbow. It is a political party that will never agree to deporting anybody that is a resident of this country. And it is a political party that has been a pioneer in uplifting the most sacred thing in the world, our air, our water, and Mother Earth. Now, I didn't hear about those gangsters talking about issues pertaining to the drug war and how our young people are dying across this country because they can't get access to recovery programs. I didn't hear about police brutality. I didn't hear about what's happening in Gaza. I didn't hear about the closing of schools and the push towards privatization. And I didn't hear about mountaintop removal. Well, damn it, these are the issues you're going to hear about from Dr. Jill Stein and Cheri Honkala. And we've been putting our heart and soul into this, and we are so thankful for your help. It is only candidates like Jill and I and others that run for political office on the Green Party, because we don't have those millions of dollars yet. We're going to have them in 4 years from now, though, aren't we? Because we're going to get that 5%, aren't we? So we've been doing our regular thing, Jill and I and our wonderful handlers. Let's hear it for Kate and Alex here. You know, we're two strong women that are a handful to handle. But, you know, Jill and I have been averaging our average 2 to 3 hours a night of sleep. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was the day before, we did our regular travel, not in our fancy bus or our fancy planes, where we took some Green Party members, drove us an hour and a half to meet the next set of Green Party members that drove us for the next hour and a half. And then we got on that thing that people still ride, a train. And then we rode the train to get to our first event. And then we went to our second and third event, and then guess what? We got back on the first journey of the first event, the first ride, and then, you know, got on a plane. But you get the idea. But that's how we do it in the Green Party. But I'm very excited to be here tonight. I'm very excited to be here with all of you. I know many of you worked hard to get Jill and I on the ballot. I know many of you have, you know, given up your last dollar, and we're going to ask you to give up your last dollar again tonight. You know, this is probably the only political campaign, I'm sure, that, you know, the two guys that are running for presidency have, you know, slept a little better than we perhaps have, and haven't given up their own, you know, dollars and become even more downwardly mobile running for office. But that's what we do when we believe in something. And we believe in all of you here tonight. And we want to thank you for that. So we know the days are getting short, where we've only got a few weeks left. And Guillermo, this wonderful boy here, he's going to let Mama continue to go because we know that November 6th, I'm going to come home, and November 7th. And, you know, we're going to spend some good time running around the White House, right? And then I just want to say that with these few weeks that are left, we need you to put your all into it. We need you to go and put signs in your own windows. We need you to draw them. We need you to buy some signs. We need you to get on social media and bother the hell out of everybody in America and let them know that this is the party that they need to vote for. And you need to engage even more in those debates, those wonderful debates that are taking place on Facebook. You know the argument around the spoiler. Well, again, my response is you can't spoil something that's rotten. And this is the only political party that doesn't take money and never will take money from the corporations or the banks. So get off the pot and go with what's right. My little guy and many other children across America are counting on us. History is being made. There's no going back. The Green Party is growing in numbers across this country, and we are going to have the biggest political party, and we're going to represent real power in this country, and we're going to take it back. Thank you very much.